It is the 4th of July, and it's time to celebrate. The grill is fired up, we've got food cooking, a large cake, a bunch of big guns, and even bigger fireworks. But there's one thing that we're missing. I forgot to stock up on the alcohol. We don't have nearly enough to have a party now, so I guess we need to go to the tower and get some stocked up. The alcoholic beverages can be purchased at the Project 12 store at the top of the tower, or in the nightclub. The great part about the nightclub is that we can even order and drink all different kinds of beverages too. There are different stages of getting drunk. First off is getting buzzed. This makes your screen start to move slightly, but you still have control over your character and most of the things that you can do. A few drinks after that will get you drunk. This causes your character to move around uncontrollably. You will even get to experience the effects of violently making your insides become parts of your outsides. For those of you who don't like dealing with the effects of this, you can actually turn them off in the Content tab located under Settings. There we go, much more pleasant, like vomiting a rainbow. If you continue to drink even further, you will get even more drunk still. This will cause the game to take control of your movement, field of view, and vision, making it nearly impossible to do things like simply walk around. Luckily for us, we're able to fix this with a magical potion, which is available for free from the bartender, because he's probably done with people throwing up on him so much. You could also buy these potions from Caleria. So even if you're at your condo, you can still remove the effects of being drunk right away. Or you could just wait for the effects to end naturally. Would you like to take a guess as to how long it takes to get rid of the drunken effects from its maximum level? 5 minutes? 10? Maybe 15 perhaps? Well, for me it took slightly longer. 30 minutes. 30 minutes of the screen shaking viciously and moving around as I sat in this back of the nightclub thinking about what I had done. So if you ever want to increase the difficulty of doing anything in the game, you can get absolutely plastered and then cause havoc on the unsuspecting public for the next 30 minutes. But I think that's enough of seeing that. Let's talk about the different types of beverages that we can choose from. The nightclub offers all sorts of different types of alcohol. Some are single drinks, and others can be up to 8 drinks. So you can actually share them with other players, or you can have them all to yourself. But do any of these drinks get you drunk faster? For those of you who understand alcohol, you know that different drinks have different levels of intoxication. For example, a single beer normally won't do too much to the average person, while a bottle of vodka would probably kill anything that was not born in Russia. So do different types of drinks get you different levels of drunk? Well, actually, yes. But the answer is a bit more difficult to explain. I was able to get my hands on this chart. This was made by the developers, and it shows the levels of drunkenness that you can get, as well as how strong each drink is. You can see that for some drinks, like the beer, the margarita, and the wine, they don't have too much of an effect on you, while other drinks like the whiskey and the moonshine will get you drunk right away. The only problem with this chart is that it's outdated. The latest version of this chart that I was able to find was made back in 2016 and is over 5 years old. Not only are there now more drinks in the game, but the values of these drinks have also changed too. So in order to figure it out once and for all, I decided to test out each drink in the nightclub to see what the true values are for getting drunk. I started by drinking each beverage 4 times and observing my screen as well as my character. I didn't see too much of a difference between each drink, not until I tested the shot glass. This gave me a noticeably smaller effect on my screen, and it didn't even get me drunk. After 1 round, I still needed more testing, so I ordered 8 drinks of each beverage and continued to observe the effects on each one. Now, after thousands of dollars of alcohol, I can confidently classify these drinks into 3 different groups. First off, the weakest, the humble shot glass. This drink almost had no effect on me, and seeing that it is the cheapest of the drinks, it makes sense that it does not affect you that much. Next up are the mid-tier drinks. These belong to the beer, margarita, port, and the tall wine. These drinks all took effect on me, but overall were not too bad. And finally, we have the top-tier drinks. The ale, moonshine, sake, vodka, whiskey, and wine all seem to have the most effect on me. It kinda makes sense when you understand the way that those drinks work. Overall, most of the drinks got me quite buzzed, except of course for the shot glass, but besides that, I would say everything else had a pretty noticeable effect. This might not be something that you notice in your normal playthrough, but it is something, so it's really some useless information to have learned, isn't it? So now that we know a thing or two about the alcohol in this game, we are finally stocked up and ready to party. It's time to celebrate. Just make sure not to overdo it though, because you're probably going to just end up regretting it in the end.